Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Mel if you're new here. I currently am in the state of California living in my car, and today, this video, I want to talk to you about how I'm storing my food. This has been an important topic for me because since I've recently moved into my car, I've been eating like just foods that are really unhealthy. I've been having a hard time just figuring out how to maintain my weights, all of my stomach issues, and it's totally affecting me. I'm very lethargic, I'm very tired all the time, so I definitely needed to invest in a cooler. So I wanted to share with you guys how I'm going to be storing my food in my new cooler that I just bought the other day, and then show you guys how I'm storing the food that I have. And maybe later in another video I'll share with you guys what I actually eat. And let me just tell you guys, I'm in the middle of a parking lot, so I feel really weird sitting here talking to myself, but we'll get through it. I'm currently outside of Home Depot. We will go in together in just a second because there's something I need to grab. But I wanted to share this video with you guys so you can figure out many ways yourself, or just things that I've found or that you guys have shared with me on how to make the best of having a cooler. I live in my car full time, so I cannot afford a refrigerator. I don't want a refrigerator in my car. I can't do that. It's not feasible right now. Ice, I don't want to keep buying and buying and buying it. Not really sure about dry ice. I just didn't feel like that was the best option for me. I am researching on how much ice costs around different areas, so I'll share that later on. Two big things that I found that were really important and then that made sense to me because I'm not an expert on coolers. I watched multiple videos and people kept talking about using bubble wrap around the base of the cooler on the inside, and as well as aluminum foil. So I thought, aha, you guys know that I use a material called Reflectix. It's an insulation material, so it is bubble wrap, but it's encased in like this reflective aluminum. I use them on my windows. You guys can see back there that I'm totally stealthy. You can't even see inside my car. It also is a great tool to utilize if you want to keep the sun out. If you guys want to see how I made my window coverings, I do have a video somewhere on how I cut them out and put them up and what materials I use. You can go check that out on one of my playlists. It will be linked with this playlist of the video because it's a project that I'm showing you guys with my car light.
We're at Home Depot buying Reflectix, a 24 by 10 inch. This is how long it is right here. They have like big ones and little ones. That's how big the roll is. Wide, it's only 10 bucks. We're gonna line my cooler. And then I picked something up from Smart and Final, which is where I got my actual ice. So I already have the ice in the cooler. I already have all the groceries in my cooler, but I'm gonna have to take everything out and maybe cut this or not and figure out what I'm gonna do with it. So that's what this video is gonna be about.
One of the things I was researching about keeping ice the coldest and keeping your cooler the coldest, there was a lot of talk about using bubble wrap for extra installation or styrofoam, which I don't have styrofoam and I don't want to use a styrofoam cooler in my car. I want it to be something a little bit more transportable if I need to empty the water out of it, because this one doesn't have a spigot to drain it. So people were talking about bubble wrap and they were talking about aluminum foil, and because I know how great Reflectix is in my car and keeping the sun out and keeping it nice and cool in here, I figured one of the things I'm gonna do, I have to empty out my cooler entirely and take all the food out and take all the ice out. I know there's gonna be water in there, so that's gonna be a challenge. I do have gloves so I can take it out, but I plan on lining the entire cooler with Reflectix. So yeah, I don't know if I should cut it down to size or just throw it in there. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Another thing I bought, and this was not planned, I just happened to be buying something else in a store called Smart and Final, and Igloo has this natural ice like sheet. You can see in the picture, you can use it for your coolers. I am also going to use it for my joints and my legs because you guys know that I get sore often. I'm going to lay this across my shoulders and definitely use it on my legs. There was also talk about not leaving air in the cooler, so this fits over It's nice and cool. You just put it as the top layer on the top of your cooler. Some people were talking about putting blankets on top, just saving that extra space. So I thought it was a good way to, one, fill my cooler, and two, take care of my joints. You guys know I talk about my hot flash struggles. So I can put this up here. I can open it up and wrap it around my legs. I have back pain a lot, so this is going to be multi-purpose, and I just love it. So I don't know where you can find these at, you guys. I just happened to stop in the store and turn around when I was looking at coolers and ice, and I found this. It's called Igloo Natural Ice, and it's just a freeze and reuse one sheet with 88 cubes. So if you guys want to screenshot that and look it up, I don't know. It was $6.99 for one of these. I bought 2 of them, so let me show you what I'm going to do with it. I open up my cooler, and here is, I folded it in half. So I'm just going to fold it in half and put it as the top layer of my cooler. The cooler is completely filled with ice, which I heard that was the best strategy to use, and you want to make sure that your ice cubes are big and not small. So underneath here somewhere is all of my food. So I'm going to move all this ice into this bag, take my food out, put the Reflectix in, and then, yeah. So if you guys didn't already know, I purchased a cooler. It's an Igloo. It's a 28 liter, 30 quart. One of the things I like about it is that it has a handle, and the handle goes up and down. Con to it, there's no handles, so I can't lift it up, but I am able to move it around like a suitcase. You guys have seen my car before I started my journey, so I'm changing it a little bit. I don't know where that video is. I think I did a car tour, or maybe I didn't, but I will do an updated updated car tour eventually. The only problem is I don't have a spot where I can just film. I'm literally in the Home Depot parking lot and it's so uncomfortable, but there's so many people walking by. This is my passenger seat. This is garbage from the filming, but I have my paper towels there. But here's my bags, my clothes and toiletries and stuff are on the front seat. And then before, you guys, I had these two white shelf things stacked in my front seat, and I no longer need them. They just take up too much space, and honestly, when I turn, they fall over when I drive. So I bought myself a bowl from the dollar store. Here's some bread. And then I just bought this, I'm not sure what size it is, but I bought this tote with a lid on it that locks. And you guys can see I have all of my food in there. And crackers and just stuff, because I wanted a tote with a lid that locks, because since I park under trees all the time, there's a lot of bugs that have been getting in my car. There's ants in my car, there's spiders in my car, there's box elder bugs in my car, because I have the windows open and my sunroof open. And if you're under a tree, and if you know anything about being under trees, everything falls inside your car. It doesn't matter if it's a leaf or a twig, all the bugs are on it and then they crawl around my car. So I wanted something that was enclosed. The other bins that I showed you guys that are in my trunk, you can't seal them, you can't close them, so I don't want any bugs in my food. So I have that in the front now, and then of course my Jackery and my water and wipes are down there as usual. I just bought a loaf of bread. As soon as this empties out more, I'll put my bread in there. So the car's kind of a mess right now because I was cleaning out all day and just reorganizing to figure out where I was going to put this. I decided I was going to put it in the back seat. It's the best spot for me, considering that I work in my car, live in my car, sleep in my car. So this is what's best. I also heard that it's a terrible idea to put coolers in your trunk because it's the hottest climate. And I didn't want to put it in my front seat just because I think this works better if I have it in the back seat, and it actually gives my front seat a little bit more room. Here is the front seat. I have all my clothes and belongings in there. I got to move the seat up. I have my tote full of food down there. And now my back seat is all opened up, but I don't have any of my work stuff back here. But I will give you guys a tour another time and show you guys how I set everything up from sleep mode to work mode. I am going to Goodwill and we are going to be donating this, and this is the mattress pad. I've only used it a couple of times. I absolutely can't stand it. There's no cushion whatsoever, so I'm getting rid of that too because I can't take it back. And then I bought a new towel, and then I'm donating this light because I never use it. And then honestly, I never use these battery packs because I have my other two solar charger ones. So I'm happy to give all of this stuff away to a new home to people who can actually use it. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on this video. I hope you enjoyed learning about how I'm going to keep my food and my ice cooler. I'll let you guys know in the future how it works out, what I would do differently, what I'm going to change. Obviously, you guys know I should have did this before I put my food and my ice in there, but I really didn't know. So everything is a learning process. Knowledge is power. So if you guys have any information about what you think is best for keeping my food cold too, let me know. Considering the circumstances of my life, obviously things are a little bit different. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.